With two more rounds to decide the championship for Season 3 of Virtual Formula 2 in 2025, we are on for an absolute barnstormer of a finish. Welcome everyone to round 13 of 14 in this enthralling Virtual F2 season. We're here at the Sale in the beloved country of Qatar, and we are all set for what is looking to be a crucial weekend of racing before we get into the final round in Abu Dhabi. But before we get into the sprint race, the penultimate sprint race of the season here at the Sale, let's run you through the starting grid for both races. It's another pole position. Back-to-back poles for Alex Dunn and the Ronin. He's on pole with Victor Martins alongside him on the front row for ART. Callum Boysen is third on the grid in the other Ronin car, and he's got the other ART of Ratomo Miata behind him starting in fourth. Then it's Roman Stanek who starts fifth on the grid, and he's got Kushmini in the Alpine livery Dabs, and he's outscoring Victor to keep the team's championship alive going into Abu Dhabi. But he starts sixth today behind a Czech driver, does Kushmini. Then it's Joshua Dirksen who's seventh on the grid for AIX Racing. He's got our championship leader Leo Forneroni, who could wrap up the championship this weekend, but Jack Crawford will have something to say about that. And speaking of Jack Crawford, he's starting in 10th behind Gabriele Mini, his former F3 teammate. The Alpine livery Prema starts in P9. Then, completing the rest of the grid, we have Richard Verschoor, Pepe Marti, Sebastian Montoya, Sammy Megatunev, Kian Shields, Ollie Gerfer, Max Esterson, Arvid Lindblad, John Bennett, Rafael Villagomez, Dino Beganovic, and Luke Browning, who complete the grid for both races here at Qatar. Now it's time for the action, the crucial action in this Virtual F2 Championship. Now, ladies and gentlemen, strap yourselves in. This penultimate sprint race of the season is going to be a fun one. We have 3 and now 4 and now 5 lights for the penultimate sprint race of the season here at the Sale. It's lights out, and Virtual F2 is racing in Qatar with a great getaway from Alex Dunn and also from Victor Martins from the front row. Martins will have the inside line going into turn 1. Dunn, though, will try and hold him off round the outside through turn 1, and Dunn does so. Coming into turn 2, Alex Dunn leads from Victor Martins and Callum Boysen in third. Then it's Kushmani in fourth, ahead of Ratomo Miata in fifth. And then it's the two Invictus of Stanek and Forneroni, 6th and 7th. Corbin already up to 8th, ahead of Dirksen and Mini, the top 10. But it's Alex Dunn who's got the dream launch, and he leads on the first lap of 23. Amazing start between Dunn and Martins, wheel to wheel there in the background, and you can see that's Crawford trying around the outside of Stanek through turn 6. Yet Jack Crawford's got past Roman Stanek. He's up into 7th place already as Jack Crawford. He needs these points to keep the championship alive, as Alex Dunn leads them through the sweepers of Sector 2 and into the next left-hander, as Alex Dunn leads from Victor Martins and Callum Boysen in 3rd place, and then Kushmani in 4th. Then comes Ratomo Miata in 5th. Leo Forneroni 6th, and Crawford, Stanek, Dirksen and Mini the top 10 as we approach the end of the first lap. Crawford's trying everything he can to get these points off, and there he goes, down the inside of his championship rival. Leo Forneroni has been overtaken by his nearest competitor in the championship. Crawford gets past the Italian with ease at the final corner, and has 6th place secured for the American driver, second in the standings. Jack Crawford is on an absolute flyer on these opening laps here, as he goes well, a little bit off the track, but I think he'll get away with track limits there, as going side by side now with Ratomo Miata down the straight, side by side, wheel to wheel. Amazing racing between these two into turn 1, round the outside to take 5th place. It's Jack Crawford. That was unbelievable racing. They were millimetres away from making contact with each other, but that racing was superb. As we run on board of Crawford, he's all over the back of Foysen for 3rd here, and he's looking good. He's going to have a go. Down the inside, Jack Crawford into turn 7. Amazing move to get past Foysen. Crawford really pushing the limits here, pushing to the limits as he puts his dams up into the podium places, and he's only got Martins and Dunn ahead. Crawford wants this win. Yeah, it will be a very well-deserved win for Crawford, and that's exactly what he needs to keep himself in the championship here, because he is really, really pushing his car to the absolute limit here, even if he gets closer and closer to exceeding limits on the track, which is track limits, of course. And Crawford's looking at Martins, I think. Is he going to go round the outside at the final corner, side by side? Through the final corner they go, and Crawford is ahead of Martins, or is he? Martins is still there, on the inside, they're side by side down the straight. This is like when Crawford went to win with Miata a few laps ago. Now he is side by side with the other reality of Martins. Martins will have the inside line, but Crawford will not give up without an inch round the outside, and that will be what he needed. He's up into second, ahead of Martins, and second place secured. Now he can chase after the leader, Alex Dunn, for the win. On board with Jack Crawford, he is flying tonight as he goes down the inside before they break into turn 1, and Jack Crawford goes from 10th on the grid to the lead in Losail on lap 9. This is what he needs for his championship hopes, and that, ladies and gentlemen, is a driver with pure and more confidence under him in the cockpit of his damned car. This is what he needs to keep himself in the fight for this championship. Oh, and that is Sami Megatuniff. Oh, Sami Megatuniff, that is such a shame for him on the podium last time out in Baku. And that is going to be another gutting DNF for the young Frenchman. Sami Megatuniff on the podium in Baku, and now, a race after here at Losail, he parks up and his day is done. No power. No power, sorry guys. This is a battle for the final place on the podium here. Alex Dunn, who started on pole, under pressure from Callum Boyden, and Boyden's going to go round the outside of his teammate into turn 1. This is going to be nip and tuck between the two road-ins, side by side. Dunn has the inside line, Boyden with the outside line, nearly making contact out of turn 2, and Boyden has managed to clear Dunn with ease and secured third place. Now he can get after second place and see if he's got enough pace under his belt to chase down Martins and take that runners-up spot on the podium. Here's Kushmini about to get overtaken by Otomo Miata. This will make Dams lose some points for Invicta in the championship. Very close indeed. As Fornaroli nearly makes a move on Miney. That would have been crucial for Invicta in the championship, but Miata's cleared Miney. Miney stayed down to Fornaroli. Stanek, though, down in 14th. We didn't mention him all race, but that is not good news for Invicta in their fight with Dams for the team's championship. No, it's not indeed, but that was a great move from Miata, clearing Miney with ease. One Dams maybe down in 6th, but let's focus on the other Dams, who is out in front, about to take what should be a well-deserved win. He came into this weekend saying, no more messing around, it's time for a bounce back. And this is the perfect way to start that bounce back. He came into this weekend saying, I want to win this championship. And this is proving why he wants to win it. He's going to come into the penultimate feature race of the season just 9 points behind, and he will bring the title fight to Abu Dhabi round the final corner for one more time. It's elation for Jack Crawford, who wins the sprint race here in Losail, and that will bring the championship to Abu Dhabi no matter what happens now. That was pure amazing skill and brilliance for Jack Crawford. He wins by Victor Martins, and Callum Boyden completes the top 3. But Crawford has proven why he's still a contender for the title by winning here at Losail. Ladies and gentlemen, this title fight is far from over. Pure domination, Jack. Well done. You've won that. Well done. Yes! Come on! Let's go, guys. What a race. The car was amazing, thank you so much. Jack Crawford ending the day then as your winner from Victor Martins in second, and Callum Boyden makes it another podium for him and for the Rodin team. Alex Dunn from pole could only finish 4th. We'll see what he can do in the feature race from pole position tomorrow. Otomo Miata 5th ahead of Chris Miney in 6th. Leo Fornaroli could only finish 7th, losing a lot of points to Jack Crawford, and that means no matter what happens now, the title will go down to Abu Dhabi. No matter what happens in the feature race tomorrow, and Joshua Dirksen takes the final point for AIX Racing. And in the driver's standings, yes, it's just 9 points now between Fornaroli and Crawford. which means they're the only two contenders that can win the title unless Gabriele Mini pulls off a surprise in the feature race, but I doubt that. And I believe it should be between Fornaroli and Crawford for the title going into Abu Dhabi. But we've all got a feature race to come for you before we get to Abu Dhabi tomorrow, and that is here at the sale, the feature race tomorrow. We're looking forward to that. But here's the team standings before we say goodbye. 20 points between Victor and Dams. The battle for the team's title is still on. It's still all to play for heading into the final 3 races. But ladies and gentlemen, the sprint race is done here at the sale. Are you looking forward to the feature race tomorrow? Because that could be a crucial one and will be a crucial one. So stay tuned for that. But we'll see you tomorrow here at Qatar when Virtual F2 returns.